You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Tuesday, the 4th of July. PM Modi talks tough on terrorism at SCO meet with Pakistan PM in attendance. US condemns vandalism at Indian consulate in San Francisco. And rising inflation, unemployment worry locals in Pakistan's Karachi. Now for all the details, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi virtually addressing the leaders of SCO, the Shanghai Cooperation Organization, on Tuesday said that some countries are providing shelter to terrorists and using cross-border terrorism as a tool. He said SCO should not hesitate to criticize such countries. The stern remarks came as Pakistan's PM Shehbaz Sharif looked on with Chinese President Xi Jinping and Russia's Vladimir Putin also in attendance. Apart from boosting regional cooperation, the leaders of the grouping also agreed to jointly help Afghanistan and tackle global challenges such as food, fuel and fertilizer shortages.
कुछ देश क्रॉस बॉर्डर टेररिज्म को अपनी नीतियों के इंस्ट्रूमेंट के रूप में इस्तेमाल करते हैं, आतंकवादियों को पनाह देते हैं। एससीओ को ऐसे देशों की आलोचना में कोई संकोच नहीं करना चाहिए।
India, which holds the presidency of SCO and the G20 this year, has walked a diplomatic tightrope as relations between Western nations and a Russia-China partnership have been fraught due to Moscow's invasion of Ukraine last year and Beijing's growing assertive presence in the global geopolitical theatre. The U.S. State Department spokesperson Matthew Miller has condemned the vandalism against the Indian consulate in San Francisco after a report of a protest at the mission by supporters of Khalistan, a separate state for the Sikh community. The separatists tried to set fire to the consulate on the weekend, though there was no major damage and police were investigating. Meanwhile, India also reportedly summoned the Canadian High Commissioner to express strong protest after Khalistani threat posters in Canada featured names of Indian diplomats. India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar earlier said that giving space to Khalistan sympathizers can affect ties with partner countries. Well, in a big relief to Pakistan's former Prime Minister and PTI party chief Imran Khan, the Islamabad High Court on Tuesday declared the Toshakhana case inadmissible and approved his bail application. Khan was accused of misusing his 2018 to 2022 premiership to buy and sell gifts in state possession that were received during visits abroad worth more than $635,000. The PTI chief and his party have faced a countrywide crackdown after the violence that followed his arrest in another corruption case. Hundreds of supporters and dozens of leaders have been detained and many have left his party. Meanwhile, the constant onslaught of inflationary pressure has brought many to the brink of poverty in Pakistan, with unemployment on the rise. A report. Residents in Pakistan's Karachi city have blamed rampant corruption and failed government policies for the ongoing economic crisis that has led to slowdown in economic activity and subsequent rise in unemployment. Persistently high inflation has put severe strain on the South Asian country's economy, which is reeling from falling foreign exchange reserves and a widening current account deficit. The situation has shattered the people's faith in the government to eradicate poverty and create jobs, and they feel the rulers are only doing lip service.
बेरोजगारी हो गई है और कारोबार है नहीं और हर आदमी परेशान हो गया है और टेंशन मुश्किलें बढ़ती चली जा रही हैं।
पाकिस्तान तो अब यूँ समझें कि गरीब जो है गरीब तर होता जा रहा है और जो मिडिल क्लास तबका था वो भी जो है अब रोडों पे आ रहा है। बेरोज़गारी बढ़ रही है, तनख्वाहें टाइम पे नहीं मिलती, जो रोज़गार से लगे हुए उनको तनख्वाहें टाइम पे नहीं मिल रही। इंडस्ट्री पूरी तबाह हो गई है। हर इदारा जो है वो कह रहा है कि हमारे पास पैसे नहीं है, मुलाजमीन को फारिग किया जा रहा है।
Pakistan clinched an IMF loan of $3 billion last week, but citizens fear the measures to meet conditions before a review by the global lender will further add to their woes. And the United Nations on Monday released its strategic framework for Afghanistan for the period 2023 to 2025 outlining the world body's approach to address basic human needs in the country. The UN mission in Afghanistan in a statement said that the framework prioritizes the needs and rights of those most vulnerable, including women and girls, internally displaced persons, and ethnic and religious minorities. The ban on Afghan women working for the UN is in addition to earlier restrictions imposed on Afghan women and girls by the de facto Taliban authorities. The move has added to the dire humanitarian crisis in the country. And Sri Lanka's tourism sector has managed to earn an income of $131 million in the month of May this year, indicating signs of recovery. The central bank in a report stated the country's income from tourism last May was $44 million, with 30,207 foreign tourists visiting the country. The tourist arrivals amounted to 83,309 in May 2023. The island nation's reserves had slumped in the past 2 years as tax cuts and the COVID-19 pandemic badly hurt its tourism-dependent economy. Officials say Sri Lankan economy is gradually recovering with better reforms and recent IMF funding. And devout Hindus in India on Tuesday took holy dips and offered prayers to mark the beginning of the auspicious month of Shravan dedicated to Lord Shiva. Take a look. Devotees across India took holy dips and offered prayers to Lord Shiva, the Hindu god of destruction, on Tuesday as they marked the beginning of the auspicious monsoon month of Shravan. In northern Varanasi city, devotees bathed in holy Ganga river, while in central Ujjain city, priest performed Bhasma Aarti, the holy ritual with ashes. As per the Hindu lunar calendar, Shravan is the 5th holy month and is associated with Lord Shiva. It is believed that praying to him during this period helps bring luck and prosperity to the devotees.
आरती में आए 2 घंटे कैसे निकल गए पता नहीं चला। सावन का पहला दिन था, बहुत ही अच्छी अनुभूति हुई, बहुत अच्छा लगा। शिव जी की ऐसी कृपा सब पे बनी रहे।
Meanwhile, devotees also paid obeisance at temples in Ayodhya city and offered milk, water, flowers to idols of Lord Shiva to seek his blessings. In a rare incident this year, Shravan will last for 2 months, reports suggest. Well, that's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow.